Hi, everybody. We didn't even need an ice storm to get you here. That was good. I want to start off by thanking you all for being part of this special place. Everywhere I go, everyone I talk to, every time I describe this church in Dallas, people know what I'm talking about. That's a shift. That didn't happen when I got here 13 years ago. They know about us because of our good reputation and because of the work we're doing in our community. We are growing, we are thriving, we feel like the spirit is as high as it's ever been. That's an unmeasurable thing. I don't know if you feel that, I feel that, and I'm grateful every day for the opportunity to serve here as your senior minister. The challenge for us is to grow our mission and its meaning in the lives of those people who come to us, in our community, and to be strategic. And so a few things need to happen to do that. Mike thanked the staff. Not all our staff are here, but this year, as he said, the staff rose to the occasion of the restructure and doing more with less. And they really have stepped up. There are no staff members on our staff that feel like they are underworked. And we actually have heard that you want to know a little more about who the staff are and what they do and what questions to take to them. So as we speak, there's a new website that's being constructed that's mobile app, all that technology appropriate, and it will have on it a page that describes more fully the staff and the questions that they can field. Our staff are some people who, some of them have just arrived, and some have been with us a long time. This year we're celebrating 2 milestones. That is the 20th year of Diane Moore on our staff. Diane? Diane has been a loyal and good steward in the work of keeping us connected to the members of the church and staying attentive to the details and things that matter. Diane is going to be scaling back slightly in 2015 on her request, and we are grateful for her. And we also have another anniversary. Don Crable celebrates his 25th anniversary on the church. I don't need to describe to you the contribution Don makes. He is possibly one of the best music directors in Dallas, and his incredible adaptability has helped us grow the music program. The choir and the staff have combined forces so that we are going to be giving Don a gift of a commissioned piece to be presented in 2015, we hope, to him. So thank you, Don. We're also excited about the addition of Beth Dana to our ministerial team. You heard that mentioned. It went by pretty fast, but Beth has a 1-year renewable contract with us, and she brings a youthful energy, a new perspective, as well as the feminine voice, and she brings some diversity to who we are. I want to describe a little bit more what we are trying to do with Beth. And she is coming on as Minister of Spiritual Life and Community Outreach. Her focus will be to extend the mission, spiritual life, resources of First Unitarian within the congregation and beyond into the lives and homes of congregation members, other Unitarian Universalist communities in the wider world. This is a strategic convergence of the things in V2A we did not complete. V2A is our current and ending strategic plan with the opportunity to have Beth with us. It was clearly stated in V2A that we were charged to find a way to add a third minister to do these things. And we have taken a small step toward fulfilling that and fulfilling your hopes and your strategic desires by having Beth here with us. Her focus looks like this, okay? And She will partner with the Chief Congregational Life Officer to develop comprehensive, robust faith development curriculum. She'll provide leadership to both the circles, small groups, and the neighborhood-based groups that we are going to build. That's what that slide says. She will provide leadership and work with the Community Service Committee and those promoting service in the community. Engaging people of all ages, facilitating an understanding of how service is partly a spiritual practice, and cultivating and managing and supporting volunteers for service projects. She will also help us convert some of our intellectual property. So this is one of the things we've been trying to get to. We have a grant into NTUC, the North Texas UU churches, to actually help us do this even more than we've budgeted for. These materials will go out to area churches, and we're also had the opportunity to turn some of this into a resource, not only for the local area churches, but beyond, and possibly to capitalize on some of that work. So with 3 ministers, my work continues to focus on strategic directions, working with the board, working with the staff, stewardship, pastoral care, and all the other duties of a minister, preaching, etc. Aaron's work continues to be on worship planning and public presence or social witness. Okay, he returns actually the first week in January. I sent him a text and said, it's only 25 more days, buddy. So with Beth, coming onto the team, remember, it's a year-long experiment. We feel like we have a more complete offering of ministry through the spiritual lens that we bring to leading this institution. We have also renewed our commitment to faith development. I want to describe a little bit of that to you. This is a mandate that came out of the strategic plan. This means that the staff work is to develop a comprehensive outline for those who want to intentionally develop their UU identity and faith lives. So faith development, what is it, where did it come from? Comes from the strategic plan directly. We have created a whole column in the staff to work toward this. This is partnered with groups in the church that put on events, and also some of the other work that we want to do, special events, etc. So we are aware of the need to care for a few areas of the church with regards to this. I want to talk about this a little bit. Congregation-directed faith development came out of the V2A toward us. Religious in nature. So this means that we're trying to define our faith through the religious lens. That our focus is UU identity, history, and theology. That we have a graduated path. This comes right out of the V2A. That it's newcomer friendly, and that they are Sunday offerings, what we're calling them. We're not calling them classes. We're calling them Sunday offerings. So let me see what else is here. To develop a graduated sequential curriculum, this is V2A. This is what you asked us to do. And this is what the work of Tracy McShann and her team with Lillian Drab-Braddock and others. So what is the sequential 3-part faith development path look like? It looks like here's the core, here's the beginning path. 8-week of inquirers, roots, beyond inquirers, which we've kicked off. Spiritual Practice 101, which we've kicked off. A UU History 101, a UU Theology, UU Elevator, Speech Articulating Our Faith. Those are yet to come, okay? So, who's the audience? New and existing church members to understand and articulate more deeply our faith, okay? Advance. So this is step 2 on the path. And of course, you don't have to walk through the path like lockstep. You jump in as you can and want. But we see it this way, that it's coming of age for adults, that there's an element of biblical literacy, element of advanced UU theology and history, and a deepening through spiritual practice. So we're taking the first path and we're deepening it. We're going a little deeper in that second path. And then there's a third part, which is leadership, that we will eventually have classes on UU leadership. eldership, discipleship. What does that mean? We're going to define that. We're going to help leaders not just be thrown on the board, but have some training that doesn't just happen one day, but happens through a series. That we understand our governance and our model of governance, Carver. That we become UU evangelists. Everyone seems a little afraid about telling their story as a UU. It's getting better. We're going to do more of that. How do you do that? Anti-racism, anti-oppression leadership. So we have a long way to go on that kind of work that we just started this year with Dallas Faces Race. Circles facilitators will be part of this leadership path. So some of this is already happening, but we're going to wrap this in to this path. Okay? So that's the faith development stuff that I really wanted you to get a hold of. That's how we transform this understanding of what we're trying to teach and what we're trying to engage with. Before we get to this stuff, I do want to talk about sustainability a little bit. First and foremost, you heard about a capital campaign, okay? It's coming, all right? It's good news. We're going to renew the north side of the campus. Did you ever fix your kitchen and then realize that your bedroom and the bathrooms look terrible? Well, we did that. We built the new campus over there. If you get into the bones of everything on this north side, you realize it needs a lot of work. If you've ever sat in Channing Hall or in this sanctuary when the air conditioning or the HVAC or things like that weren't working, there's a lot to do, okay? So we need to get to work on this. We also have an opportunity to sustain our 50-year parking lease with the Y. Wouldn't it be great if we didn't have to impact the budget too? We do have to pay for that on a monthly basis, but we're going to have 250 spots underground right across Normandy once the Y builds their underground. Their construction starts this spring. I said that in worship today. And wouldn't it be good to get us back to being debt-free? So a capital campaign works on a lot of these things. It works on roofs. It works on renewing Channing Hall. It works on preparing for a sustainable future around parking. It prepares us to be debt-free and some other things. I don't want to get too deep into that right now. We're still building the plan, but you will hear more of that as the new year begins. And finally, we're also poised to help sustain our future through planned giving. The V2A team made it possible for us seriously to launch a campaign for long-term sustainability of the church through planned giving. And you'll be hearing more about that in the new year. So these last things I want to talk about. Just some looking back at the year. We had our summer of TED Talks, which seemed very successful. We're in the year of living compassion. We have stimulated the year a compassionate DFW action, which is that we and St. Barnabas Presbyterian Church have partnered to ask the cities of DFW to consider seriously joining the Charter for Compassion, which this institution is a charter member of. I spoke to 15 or 20 mayors of the area cities, along with others. The mayor of Louisville, Kentucky, which is the first compassionate city declared, was here to do this. So we've kicked this off to try to get them to think about what are the ways they can address the needs of their community through the lens of compassion. We had our first and ever staff volunteer day at the North Texas Food Bank, which was really fun. Membership continues to grow. We heard about staff reorg. I'm still serving on the Planned Parenthood of Greater Texas Board. I'm also now on the National Clergy Advisory Council for Planned Parenthood of America. I said Aaron's coming back. He's been working on sustainability and Spanish, and I've only spoken to him once, so I really don't know what he did, but we'll hear about that. And I did want to highlight some of the work that we're doing with the database, which is actually pretty exciting. You don't have to be a database junkie to think this. You see, if you're checking in children for church, we've made this place a lot safer, and we've given a resource to all the teachers to have lists generated of their classrooms. This is just the beginning. Our database is going to be turned over to you eventually, so you can change your information, you can look up your contributions, etc. So we're moving in that direction, and that's exciting. So back to you. I want to thank you. I want to thank you for the best canvas we've had in many years. A big thank you to all of you who contributed to make this place what it is. I want you to read a few random responses from our pledge cards. What I did was they copied me on every one of the responses from the pledge cards, and I just took the top 4 right off the pile. There were hundreds of things like this. The church has changed my life by giving me a community. This is an emotionally safe place where I have not experienced confusion or judgment. The compassion that others have modeled for me, that others have modeled for me, shown toward me, have given me the courage to be compassionate toward myself. Here I finally found other people who truly share my faith. The church has helped me become a deeper, more spiritual, more loving person, and this year I have the opportunity to become a more compassionate person with the church's help. We appreciate the wonderful years our daughter grew up in this church, and we appreciate knowing that this is our community, no matter how far afield we travel or go, and that it can be our touchstone in our hearts even when we are not there. And finally, just a simple statement: my church is part of my identity. I hope that you feel the same way about this place. I kid you not, we could have had 150 slides just like that. So thank you, and we'll take questions later.
Thank you, Daniel. And now I'd like to invite up Kathy Calhoun.